Breaking news just in, folks. The US President Joe Biden has secretly given Ukraine permission to strike inside Russia with American weapons. Mark Stone following the story from Washington now.
It is the American president accepting that the situation on the ground has changed and accepting too that there is little question that Russia has the upper hand in this long war that he would like to have been over with a Ukrainian victory some time ago. The reporting at the moment is thin and it is US officials talking to our colleagues at NBC News here in Washington saying that President Biden has secretly given Ukraine permission to strike inside Russia, solely near the area of Kharkiv, that's Ukraine's second city in the far east of the country, right up near the front line with the Russian advance. That is the only detail we've got at the moment, but it comes after an interesting statement that Antony Blinken, the US Secretary of State, made just yesterday when he was in Moldova talking about Ukraine, and he said that one of the hallmarks of our support for Ukraine for more than 2 years now has been to adapt. He said as the conditions have changed, the battlefield has changed, as what Russia has done has changed, we have adapted, adjusted, and I'm confident we will continue to do that. Well, what this is, I think, is precisely that. It is adapting to a fast-changing situation on the ground. It is now approaching the height of summer in Ukraine. That is the best time for Russia to be able to advance. It is also the best time weather-wise for Ukraine to be able to try and push back. Of course, Dominic, the dangers of this and the reason why hitherto the Americans have been very reluctant to provide Ukraine with weapons that would enable them to attack far inside Russia itself is simply that would potentially give the Russian president the ability to claim that America is attacking Russia proper. Two nuclear powers, the stakes would be very, very high.
So, what's been going on while I've been gone? worry less about what you want to be and worry more about what you want to do. What I'm convinced of is that although there are all kinds of issues that I care about and all kinds of issues that I intend to work on, the single most important thing I can do is to help in any way I can prepare the next generation of leadership to take up the baton and to take their own crack at changing the world. Our parties have moved further and further apart, and it's harder and harder to find common ground because of money in politics. Special interests dominate the debates in Washington in ways that don't match up with what the broad majority of Americans feel. So I would advise all of you to be a little more circumspect about your selfies.
The big news making international headlines: a nuclear-powered Russian submarine and 3 Russian ships arrived in Cuba today. What are these warships doing so close to the United States? CBS's David Martin reports tonight from the Pentagon.
Having passed just 30 miles off Florida, a 4-ship Russian flotilla pulled into Havana today, led by a warship and a submarine, both armed with guided missiles and greeted by a 21-gun salute. While the submarine is nuclear-powered, U.S. officials say there's no indication it is carrying nuclear weapons.
We, of course, take it seriously, but these exercises don't pose a threat to the United States.
It's not the first time Russian warships have pulled into Cuba, but U.S. officials say this appears intended by Vladimir Putin as a high-profile response to the Biden administration's support for Ukraine. The frigate has been used in the past to test one of Russia's newest hypersonic missiles.
We're always constantly going to monitor any foreign vessels operating near U.S. territorial waters.
2 American destroyers plus 2 ships specially equipped with sonar for tracking the submarine, along with Navy patrol planes, even sail drones, shadowed the Russian flotilla as it made its way across the Atlantic into the Caribbean. The Russian ships are expected to remain in Havana until next week before getting underway again, perhaps for Venezuela. When they do, officials say, the U.S. Navy will start shadowing them again. A nuclear-powered submarine in Havana evokes memories of the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, but National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said today there is no evidence Russia is transferring nuclear missiles to Cuba. Nora?
But everybody watching very closely. David Martin, thank you.
SMILE is in the lower spatial frequencies. The horizon is significantly lower on the left than it is on the right.
Why?
Well, see, she appears larger from the left than on the right. Historically, the left was female, the right was male.
The sacred feminine.
Why do you say that?
Something Sonia said the first time we came here. There, lad.
Hey.
So dark, the con of man.
No, it doesn't say that.
Is it another anagram? Can you break it? Professor Harry. Harry.
Moon. Sermon. charms, demons, omens, codes, monks, ranks, rocks.
Madonna of the rocks.
Da Vinci. Careful. This can't be this. The fleur-de-lis.
French President Emmanuel Macron has dissolved his country's lower house of parliament and called a snap election after his party suffered a crushing defeat in the European Parliament vote.
Et c'est Jordan Bardella qui arrive.
Exit polls show Marine Le Pen's far-right National Rally Party has won more than 30% of the vote. It's more than double that of the president's centrist Renaissance Party. In accepting defeat, Mr Macron announced fresh legislative elections will be held in 2 rounds, on June the 30th and the 7th of July.
This decision is serious, a hard one, but it is above all an act of confidence. Confidence in you, my fellow citizens, in the capacity of the French people to make the fairest choice for themselves and for future generations.
So here it is, the future of the country in your hands. On the 4th of July, you have the choice. And together, we can stop the chaos, we can turn the page, we can start to rebuild Britain and change our country. Thank you.
Purge games this evening. We have just one more. It's called Mommy's Choice. Which one of you will survive this year's purge?
The soul of our country is at stake. The purge targets the poor and the innocent.
The senator's going to win, and she's going to make real changes too.
It is a night that is defining our country.
It's time to do something about that, Senator.
The purge has to come to an end.
You take a lot of risks, Senator.
I have to. I was the only one in my family to survive. What made you apply for this position?
I almost did something on Purge Night some years back. I want this night gone.
I want men in all these rooms. We got eyes and ears on everything.
All right, let's begin.
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge. At the siren, all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 hours. Your government thanks you for your participation.
Someone betrayed us. This is not a drill. We are on our own. We have one goal right now. Survival.
Senator, come with us.
You gentlemen understand what's at stake here. Maybe it's our duty to help protect her.
Here they come.
Hold on!
Blessed be America for letting us purge and cleanse our souls. Join me as we eliminate evil.